For the first time tonight, we're hearing the 911 call stemming from a deadly fight in Macon County. News 13's Hannah McKenzie breaks down the timeline of events as told by that man's family. And we do want to warn you, the details are graphic and some may find the calls disturbing.
A chaotic scene playing out at Stuywinter Mountain Road in Macon County, January 1st.
Nathan Humphrey's up here. He doesn't live here. I live here. He's up here. He's trying to start fighting. Y'all get deputies up here. They need to remove him.
The first call to 911. A man out of breath, claiming to be Nathan Humphrey's stepbrother, says a fight has broken out between family members.
Do you know what it's over?
It's over. My dad's been wanting the tree down forever. My son's come here to help me take this tree down, and because he's in the tree business, he's the one that knows how to do whatever. I don't know, but he come up here saying nobody's taking no tree down, saying that I'm taking advantage of my dad and this and another.
Okay, is anybody hurt?
But not yet.
Then another call to 911. This one more panicked, from Humphrey's wife.
Can I hug up the wall and an ambulance to Stuyler Mountain Road? Immediately they've killed my husband. What's going on? Somebody's killed my husband. Please, 911 Stuyler Mountain Road. Please, okay, ambulance, hurry.
Begging for help, she calls back a second time, painting a more disturbing picture.
They've hurt him. They've jumped him. They've hurt him.
Okay.
He's not breathing. Please, God.
Okay. You're saying he's not breathing?
No, I can't help him. There's no service here.
Okay, did they jump him physically or did they? Okay.
Yes, physically, yes.
I need to know if you can do CPR for me.
I can't. There's blood everywhere. I can't even get to his face. They won't let me near him.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of guys up here.
Okay, all right. We've got help headed that way.
Nathan Humphreys later pronounced dead. The 30-year-old's autopsy listing cause of death as asphyxiation due to neck compression. Manner of death, homicide. More than 9 months later, on Monday, a grand jury indicting Ashton Stuywinter, the 23-year-old now charged with voluntary manslaughter. Voluntary manslaughter carries a maximum sentence of 17 years in prison. I'm told Stuywinter has already bonded out of jail. He's set to appear in a courtroom on October 30th. Concerns mounting in one Buncombe County neighborhood over traffic. Neighbors telling News 13's Taylor Thompson it is out of control. One person has already died there, and they're taking steps to stop another accident from happening.
According to State Highway Patrol, there have been more than 20 wrecks here on Monte Vista Road, and neighbors tell me it looks like there's no end in sight.
Sometimes I have no words. When I see stuff like this, I have no words.
We want people to slow down and be aware. It's not just your life, it's other people's lives.
These neighbors reacting to an August 28th accident when driver Brian Mason ran off the road and into multiple trees. A fatal wreck that State Highway Patrol believes speed played a factor in. That wreck sparking outrage from residents who are pleading for people to slow down.
It used to be calm and quiet, and now it is like a interstate.
David Lindsay has lived on the road for the last 8 years.
Obviously, there's a lot more traffic, and the road can't stand it, and something just has to be done with the speed and the way people are conducting themselves. It can't continue. You've had some fatalities, you've had plenty of accidents. It's time to do something.
According to Highway Patrol, there have been 21 total collisions on Monte Vista Road this year. 1 has resulted in a death, 5 resulted in injury, and 15 resulted in property damage.
I mean, I got grandkids that play, and it's getting uncontrollable is a nice way to put it.
He says their road especially is not made for the type of speed it's seeing.
Everywhere you go is about a quarter mile straight, and then it's just super sharp 90-degree curves. It's not made for what they're using it for.
Lindsay believes the biggest help would be an increase in police presence.
Obviously, more patrol. If we could just have somebody, I don't care if they sit in my yard. They can write 10 tickets a day sitting in my driveway.
And while Lindsay says the last thing he wants to do is to uproot his life, he says he may have no choice but to move away from what was once a quiet and safe street.
For the first time, a nationwide concert series raising awareness about suicide set up stage here in Haywood County. News 13's Taylor Thompson was there today, where bands from across the country played for a special cause.
The goal of Saturday's concert is to raise awareness for bullying in schools while also supporting families who have lost their loved ones to suicide.
I wish she could have realized for herself how impactful her life was, that she had a world of people who loved her more than anything.
Bands from all over gathered at the Folk Moot Auditorium Saturday afternoon with one goal in mind.
100% of what we raise goes to families who's lost somebody to suicide. We pay their funeral costs, we pay bills for them if they're behind, and we give them food.
Jody Medford founded the charity 5 years ago after he lost his own mother to suicide.
I was embarrassed. You know, you're hurt because you don't want to let people know your mom died and you feel like you're guilty in a lot of ways. I didn't want anybody to know she committed suicide. And then I thought, if I'm going to help people, I'm going to have to be open and say, hey, what happened?
Medford says awareness is key, and if these concerts even just save a single life, it'll be worth it.
I've had three people tell me that they felt like the concert saved their life, that they had been contemplating suicide, but when they came here and saw and heard the pain from the people who've lost somebody, they didn't want to do that to put their family through it. We had 6 kids in the last 11 months just in Haywood and Buncombe that committed suicide. You know, they were high school age, and some of them were 12 and 13 years old.
His goal, to never see that happen again.
It's horrible, and if we knew warning signs, we might be able to get these kids help.
One musician, Kim O'Forrest, understands the pain all too well.
And I also had a brother who committed suicide, and I've told him, I said, you know, anything I can do to help. We go through things in life, you know, aside from a testimony, but to be able to help others.
The plan is to continue to branch out and perform more concerts in as many counties as possible.
Just come and play music with him is great anyway, and then to add this to it, oh my gosh, it's wonderful.
And if you weren't able to make it to Saturday's concert, you can still donate to the cause on their website. To find that link, you can head on over to WLOS.com.